Cristina Vee! So you have your choice of which couch?
This one.
Oh, the elephant, okay.
Try it. I wore pants especially for this occasion, so. If this works, I'm going to be the happiest. Yes! Heck yeah! Cool. 1 sec.
And if it didn't work, I was just imagining the paperwork I was going to have to fill out.
There's an hour.
Describe the incident involving an elephant and Cristina Vee in a stage.
Listen, you couldn't convince me otherwise. It wasn't your fault, Larry. Yes.
Yes.
Also, sorry, I'm not drunk. I'm very sick. So, if I'm like loopy, just know, alcohol is bad for you, and I'm not drinking currently. So, hi.
Currently.
Is that good?
Currently.
Not because I can't say I don't drink, because I do enjoy my wine.
All right, quick show of hands. Who was here yesterday for the first Q&A session? Cool. All right, hands down. If this is your first Q&A session at Colossalcon East with Cristina Vee, raise your hand right now. Ooh, so many. Okay, Loopy. So many fresh faces. All right, well, hey guys, my name's Larry. I'm one of the staffers here. I'm assisting Miss V this weekend. I'm going to be running around in the audience with a microphone so that you guys can ask your questions to her and she can actually hear you. Gasp.
That'd be a good idea.
Yeah. So what's going to happen is you're going to raise your hands. I'm going to come around there. I'm going to ask you to stand up, say your name, say your question. Make sure you stand because Cristina wants to...
Say your prayers.
Well, that too. Because Cristina wants to see who's asking the questions. Any other questions? Any other things that we need to...
Any other rules?
Any other rules?
At the end of this panel, I'm going to lock the back door. I'm going to toss a knife in the middle of the room. Only one can leave. Have fun.
Oh, I'm just thinking those. And tweet. And send.
Larry laughs.
All right, so with that being said, who's got a question for Miss Cristina Vee? All right, I'm going to start, since we have more people on this side, I'm going to start around this side and make a circle around to you guys. So don't worry, I'm going to get to you guys. We got plenty of time. So, Ladybug, what's your question?
Hi, my name is Jade. As you know, everyone, Marinette dreams of having a hamster. What would you name the hamster?
What would I name the hamster? Ooh, Adrian.
And do you have any pets and what are their names?
Oh, I have a corgi. I've had her for 8 years. Her name is Gallifrey, Happiness, Pleiades, Handshake, and Barkin. I give her a new name every time I wanted a new animal. And somehow that worked. But I also recently got a cat about a year and a half ago. His name is Raisin, and he's my little prince, and he's bald, and the sweetest animal in existence. He's the best. I can give him baths. I can take him with me in my car, and he's just like, all right. I put clothes on him. He's just down. He's so down for anything, as long as he gets cuddles and pets out of it. This is my new pet. His name is Ellie. It has to be Ellie. No? The Destructinator. Ellie the Destructinator. 5,000.
Thank you. And I just want to say also thank you for being our ladybug. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you
I appreciate
so much.
everything you do, and I love you.
Thank you. Okay, maybe I should get off this elephant. I'm feeling like...
Hey Christina, Julian here.
Good to see you.
Yeah, so can you talk about how you first got to meet with Chris Neosy and your experience working with him?
Yes, with Chris Neosy? So we worked together on Tome, and he was really great. And Chris, I've known him for years now. And yeah, he's very professional. He directed me on a project once, and I mean, everybody in LA knows each other, so, you know, we definitely see each other pretty often. Thanks. Okay, to make it off this elephant. How am I going to do this, Larry? Very carefully.
You took the words out of my mouth.
Do I
Just kind of like slide on. Here, let me move your bag.
Can you guys pretend that this is graceful and I'm an adult and not in this predicament?
We're all adults.
There you go. Okay. Thank you.
We'll get you some stunt pay for that. All right. Next question's over here. Also, I do want to throw out a disclaimer. Please do not ask questions to Cristina that involve any disagreements between you and your friends and trying to draw her into that. I remember! That's why I said that. Okay, so, if you have an actual question that doesn't involve trying to like settle some sort of... Yeah, okay.
I'm pretty sure I ruined a marriage yesterday, so.
My name is Jacob. Oh, Jesus.
Hi.
I have kind of two questions. How awkward was it to voice Aqua, or not Aqua, Darkness, and could you do your favorite line as Darkness?
Oh, sure. It wasn't awkward at all. It was really fun and funny. You know, when you've been doing it for as long as I have, first of all, they wouldn't have cast me if they knew I wasn't up for the task. And the director is really great, and it's just a good work environment. I don't know what line she says right now, because I can't remember anything past. Okay, I got it. What was it? Cosma, can I join your party, please? Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, he's great. Alex is great. Who is next?
All right, I just asked him to dial this down a little bit because it's really hot, Mike.
Hot mic?
Hot, really hot, really hot. All right, next question.
Thank you for letting me destroy your eardrums, everyone. Hi.
Hi, my name's Ben.
Ben, I know who you are. Look, Ben's wearing Pugsley. He's my t-shirt, maybe my mascot, and he's the best.
Are you familiar with the original cartoon that before Ladybug became what it is?
Yeah, the anime PV.
Yeah. What were your thoughts on that? Like, do you feel that there could have been life for a 2D version of it?
So when I first got the audition, I looked up everything I could, and that was the only thing out. There was that PV and one Facebook group, and it was the show Ladybug's gonna be so cool when it actually airs. But I'm glad that they went the direction they did with it, because I think it just translates well to the audience that they intended it to. And plus the animation is so beautiful. I didn't think we could get that kind of CG animation on TV. So yeah, I think it'll be cool to have a 2D anime version, but I really like the character designs that they came up with for the 3D version, or CGI version, not virgin. Guys, help me. Thank you.
Cool. Next question.
Hi.
Hi, my name is Joseph. I have two questions.
Yes.
First of all, I went to your autograph session yesterday and you wore my cat ears. Should I now be concerned? And
Oh.
more serious question. Yeah, serious question. You were a fan like us prior to getting big. You went to conventions and stuff like that. What were your favorite convention/nerd memories before getting big?
So I think my very first convention was my very favorite. It was Anime Expo. I was 12 years old, and I went with my friends. And it was so different back then. It was not a huge crowd. There were maybe 2,000 or 3,000 people there. And so we just hung out in the dealer's hall. And back then it was you hang out at booths and they do trivia. And I would always come home with a ton of free manga and DVDs and plushes. There was this company called ADV. I don't know if you guys remember them. Yeah, they always had this mega booth, and for some reason they would always throw out panties, which thinking back, maybe not the best idea. But yeah, it was super fun. It was just a totally different scene, and it was really exciting because again, this was a long time ago, guys. Wow, 20 years ago. There weren't as many mainstream. Anime wasn't mainstream. And so meeting somebody who was into anime, I was oh, now we're best friends for life, aren't we? It was really cool. So that's my favorite memory. Oh yeah, I'm sure there's so much now. Thank you.
See, you shouldn't have said panties. You offended people with the panties comment. All right, Ed, you're up next.
Hi, we met at the autograph session. My name's Archer. I have two sort of questions. One, is there a series or character who you've always wanted to voice who you haven't yet? And two, are you excited for the third Heaven's Feel movie?
Let's see. I really want to be in a Persona game. I want to be, but I want these to be new characters. Like I want to voice a new protagonist in Persona. I want to voice a new character in Street Fighter, and I would love to be in another Final Fantasy game. Did you guys play Final Fantasy Type 0? Yeah. See, I loved that game. It was so good, but it didn't really take off. You know what I mean? It just, because it was canceled and then they brought it back, and a lot of people weren't happy, I guess, with what they did to bring it to PS4. But
some people were kind of mixed on how the translation is.
oh yeah. But yeah, I want to do another Final Fantasy game, and I think it'd be pretty cool. So, and what was the other question?
Are you excited for Heaven's Feel 3?
Oh yes. Okay, so people have been telling me about Fate Stay Night Heaven's Feel, and they were telling me like, oh, I'm so sorry about what happens to your character. I'm like, what happens? But I didn't look it up. So going through the movies, I'm experiencing it for the first time, and it is crazy. I can't wait to see what happens, because at the end of Heaven's Feel 2, it got real dark and real good. So I'm excited. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Mark, and like yeah, I'd like to say you're one of my favorite voice actresses. So
Thank
like,
you.
but it's like there's a character you voice that I just can't remember. So it's like if you could give me like some impressions, like maybe I could like remember it, just any impressions from like a character you know, or like maybe like something like you can remember, because like there's a character in like recent memory that's like.
What? Okay, listen. I voice like 500 characters, not even. And that's underestimating it. Is it from an anime? Video game?
I think it's from an anime. I think. So like I don't know, like.
It made such an impression on him that he's forgot the name already.
Oh no! Was she blonde, blue haired?
Like, well, maybe. Like, I'm more like blonde, maybe green eyes, maybe carries 2 weapons. I don't know. But like.
Oh wait, that's very specific. What's happening?
Like.
Blonde, green eyes, carries 2 weapons.
Like, I don't know. Like, I'm trying to be like a little more specific, but it's like I just can't remember her name. Like, and I hear that voice all the time.
Anybody in the audience know who he's
Yes.
talking about?
Is that from anime? That's not anime. That's video games.
Oh, well, there was an anime series.
Oh, that's true. Okay. What did she say? Hands off the panda. How's that? Thank you.
Hands up for more questions. We run all the way to the back
Oh,
here.
all the way to the back.
Switching sides, kind of Amanda's side. Hamster.
Oh, cool. What are you costume from?
One Piece.
Nice.
If you had to use any anime character, any video game character, who would you pick?
If I had to be?
If you had to use them, like for example, I'd use Captain Falcon and All Might. It'd be Captain All
Oh, to
Might.
fuse them together?
Yes.
Oh, let's see. I would fuse Pikachu and me. I want to be a Pikachu.
Hi. Okay, so obviously there's a ton of miraculously lucky characters.
Yes.
But if you could relate, like personally relate to one specifically, who do you think's more like most like you?
Oh, interesting. I think when I was in high school, when I was probably their age, I was definitely a Julika. But now, these days, I feel like maybe a cross between Marinette. No, I was gonna say Marinette and Chloe, but that's not true. I'm not Chloe at all. I think Marinette, like, it's pretty crazy. I really got into fashion when I was able to afford it. You know what I mean? And going to all these conventions and, you know, acting and stuff really broke me out of my shell. Although I'm still pretty introverted, I think. But yeah, I love those 2 characters very much, and yeah. Thank you.
More questions from this side? Oh, you stand up. What's your question?
Oh.
Hi, I'm Domino's Miku. Have you ever cosplayed as one of your own characters?
Yeah. What it was? When K-On! Came out, we all the cast members cosplayed as our characters, and we would do like concerts and stuff as them, and it was really cool. And then they had me cosplay as Alyssa Voskanovich from Tekken for official events as well. And then besides that, I've done, like just recently, I started getting back into a little bit of cosplay, so I have them posted up all over. I did Wonder Woman and Jade from Mortal Kombat and Tomb Raider, yeah, Lara Croft. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I'm glad that I allowed myself to do that again, you know? Thank you. Hi.
Hello, Justin again.
Hi.
So yesterday I asked you what Starbucks bring darkness will love.
Yes, and I said the hottest one.
Yeah. So I'm going to follow that up today with, what do you think is the one slide at the water park that darkness would love?
Oh, I haven't actually stepped foot into the water park yet. What's the scariest one?
It's a big purple and green one that literally hangs off the ceiling.
Ooh, whoa, that's horrifying.
Yeah, I rode it yesterday. I had some air on that thing. It went whoosh.
Oh man, I wish I could try it out. Darkness would probably like the wave, the surfing pool, because she can't surf, and she would be humiliated over and over again.
Oh yeah, my fountains of plenty.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello, my name is Kat, and I was just wondering, when you're reading the script and doing all the characters, do you feel an emotional attachment to them?
Yeah, definitely. I think, you know, we kind of have to do the job well, you know what I mean? And luckily, you know, that's why auditioning is so great, because you can just tell from, you know, the auditions if this person can make that journey as that character. And very rarely, like when I was Monica from Danganronpa, like obviously I'm not a psychopath. But for the most part, you know, it's all about, even if you haven't had those experiences, but allowing yourself to imagine that, you know, and it's actually pretty emotionally taxing. Like, and after a while, like for me, I am like I feel everything. I feel other people's emotions. It's exhausting, you know, like I'm very emotional myself. And it's like, it's a gift, but it's also it can be really tough, you know, especially to work in LA, you have to be like that, but at the same time, it's LA and it's really just full of such negativity and it's really tough out there, you know? So the answer is, yeah, I feel, I feel for all these characters, and I don't think I'd be doing the job if that wasn't part of it.
And then I have another question.
Yes.
Your character that you played is, of course, Hawk. I love Hawk. I was wondering, like when Meliodas and everybody was having a big battle, and you're Hawk, like forcing Hawk and helping getting characters away and helping out. What's the feelings you get from playing Hawk?
Hawk? Okay. Hawk is hilarious. There's so much laughing when we're recording him because he's just... Okay, to be honest, like the first season, I only know what happens to Hawk. So when people are telling me like the plot and everything, I was like, whoa, all that happened? Like, where was I? They're like, oh yeah, he kicked you off the screen and then you came back and you were the ambulance or whatever. Yeah, he's so much fun. I love playing him. Hawk and Darkness are like kind of tied for like the most fun characters to play. Thank you.
Thank you.
And plus my mom loved pigs, or loves pigs. She used to collect them. So I'm like, hey, guess what, Mom? I'm a pig. It's like, now I have to be your favorite daughter.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Yesterday. Happy to see you again.
Good to see you.
For Blaze Blue, you voiced like 4 to 5 characters.
Yes.
Is it hard to like figure out which one is which when you're doing the lines?
No, actually. When I record Blaze Blue, like the very first game, we recorded it kind of like this. So it was like Noelle, New, and then New would have like her crazy like Ragna voice. Fortunately, like I know some people have trouble with it, but I'm very good at compartmentalizing, and I can just go from character to character to character to character, and I like it that way. I like to have that kind of flow, you know. Thank you.
gonna shuffle down here. Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle.
Larry shuffle, Larry shuffle. Do, do, do,
To the right, to the right, to the right, to the right, to the left, to the left, to this guy, to this guy, to John Morris, to
Sergeant
John Morris.
Broad.
I read your
Hi.
Oh, okay. There was a series I've watched like a while ago, which is probably like one of your early works.
Yes.
You voiced a character named Nodoha from Magic.
Nodoha. Oh my God. That's so old.
I know. I'm sad that there was like only like the first 2 seasons of dub. Would you have the opportunity again to play like Nodoha if they were to like dub the rest of it?
You know, I would love to play adult Nodoha, but you know, as I got older, because I played Nodoha when I was a teenager, and my voice was a lot higher pitched. Like to be completely honest, I'd want somebody else to play her, because just for the integrity of the character, I don't think I could hit it again without sounding strained, and I'd want it to be, of course, the best dub there could be. That being said, if like another character in the show were to need a voice, I would love to help out with that. But yeah, I love playing Nodoha, but like I said, like even this, I'm kind of pushing my voice up, but I really think my real voice is this. Are you guys ready? So when I talk like this, my voice is completely relaxed. I'm not putting on a show, I'm not putting on a voice, but it's just so weird to me that this is what I've become. So I think, right? It's really weird. So I think kind of like socially, I make my voice higher pitched. And I don't know what the psychology behind that is, but yeah. Yeah, give me all the deep voice girls. I'm ready. I've grown up. I'm ready for them. Thank you so much.
Hello, my name is Jack.
Hi.
I was wondering, you've played a lot of characters, and what was the favorite line that you've had that you really didn't want to have to give?
Oh, a favorite line that you don't want to have to give? Oh my goodness. I don't know if it's my favorite line, but I promised like an indie developer online that I would do like his game for him. And I didn't read the script or anything. I was just like, yeah, I'll do it. And so by the end of it, like I was so busy, I didn't really have the time to look over the script, but I knew like, okay, I can't back out of this now. He's been waiting for me for so long. So I get in the booth, and like, it's all about like, it's one of those Big Brother kind of games. And I was like, am I really saying this? I'm really saying this. Like, you know, Here's the moral of the story. Read the scripts before you agree. Because I was like, oh my God, what am I doing? You know? But I mean, I loved the cabbage scene in Konosuba. You know what I'm talking about? When like she's getting pelted with cabbages and she says, glorious! I love it.
Hi. My name is Morgan.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you. I really love your role as Velvet Crow in Tales of Berseria. I don't know what kind of feelings you have about it. Could you talk about it a bit more? Like playing her in the role.
Playing Velvet Crow?
Yeah.
Are you guys familiar with Tales of Berseria? You people? It's really cool. It's a cool game. So the main character is named Velvet Crow, and she was like this sweet. It's a cool story. It's not really a spoiler. So she's like this sweet village girl, and she's, you know, helping raise her sick brother, who she loves a lot, and somebody else in her family died or something. Sorry. I'm trying to remember the specifics. So, anyways, she lives with kind of her big brother figure. This guy is practically family. Anyway, she walks in one day and she walks out one day, and the brother is killing her little brother with a giant sword. And then he throws her down a pit of despair, and she becomes a demon, and now she eats people with her arm. Is that a good summary of the game? Thank you. So in this game though, she is fury and wrath, and she wants revenge for her big brother. And I kid you not, 70% of that game is me screaming my guts out. And it was really fun. I loved it. It was really cathartic. And she is such a cool character to play. And I was really emotionally invested in her, and I'm really glad that people like it. So please play it. It's good. If you want to eat people with your demon arm, and be a cool, like, angsty character with long black hair because that's my typecast apparently, emotionally damaged with long black hair. So yeah, and that's my review of Tales of Berseria. Thank you. Lots of questions. Hello.
Hi, Cristina.
Hi.
We met earlier. Nice to meet you.
Hi, Wendell.
Okay, so I've been thinking really hard what question I'm going to give. So
What is it?
then I thought of Konosuba. I was like, okay, you voiced darkness. Then
Yes.
I'm thinking of Shantae at the same time. So the question is, if darkness was traveling through the desert and found a genie in a lamp,
Yes?
what would her 3 wishes be?
Oh my gosh, this is not PG-13. Oh man, I think you know what her wishes would be. They would have to do with like eternal bondage in like a demon king's castle.
Yeah, that'd probably be what she
I think it would be what she wished for. She would wish for that 3 times because she is not the brightest bulb. Thank you. Someone say my name? Maybe not. Maybe I'm
Somebody
just...
running by. All right,
Maybe
so
it's
we
the
made one
fever.
cycle. I'm gonna cycle around again and see how
Yeah,
far we
he
get.
has had his hand up in the back for a long
Which one?
time.
Where?
With the
All the
blue
way there?
shirt. That's you, my guy.
You didn't have his hand up when I was back there earlier.
Oh no? Maybe it's the fever. I think I'm listening to people calling me.
What was it like working for Dude? I am Daryl. Thanks for coming. I was wondering, what was it like working with Riot Games for Berlin?
Oh, right, it's awesome. I worked with them the first time was a long time ago now, almost 10 years ago, and they were a much smaller company back then. When we did the new Ribbon skin, I got to work with them more in depth. And I think it's a really cool company. I got to visit the campus a couple times. My friend Faye works there, so she invited me to come hang out with her for a day, and it was so much fun. Yeah, it's a cool company, and it gave me a lot of like amazing opportunities to host esports events and to meet a lot of people that way. And yeah, it's pretty great. Thank you.
Well, I saw your videos of you singing, and I just wanted to say that you're an amazing singer.
Thank you so much.
What can we expect for Cat and Ladybug's romance in the future? And also, do you think that Adrian the Fragrance will ever become an actual fragrance in real life?
Adrian and what?
The fragrance.
Oh, the fragrance? Okay. I know a lot about Ladybug, obviously. I know what happens, so I'm not going to give any clues at all. I cannot, because if I say one wrong thing, I'll give away the entire, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, no spoilers at all. And you know what? There was actually a Ladybug and Cat Noir perfume that came out 2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
I think they should make it. We need a really cool Ladybug pop-up store with items from the show. I think that'd be pretty cool. It would smell like wood. You know what I mean? There's always that scent of wood and I don't know, forest. Thank you.
Thank you.
Larry. Hello.
What's your name? Say your question.
My name is Sadie.
Hi.
One of my favorite things about Ladybug voice for is Marinette from Ladybug.
Thank you.
I was wondering if you could do a couple lines or something.
A couple lines as Ladybug? All right. I'll do my favorite lines out of every episode, okay? Let's go.
Time to de-evilize! Gotcha! My wild little butterfly. Miraculous Ladybug! Thank you!
Hi.
Hi.
So I'm Jared, and we met before.
Yes, we met
You were my
before.
first autograph at a convention ever.
Yay!
My question for you is that as a 90s kid, Sailor Moon was a part, it's ingrained in who I became as not only a nerd and a pop culture person, but as a person in general.
Yeah.
What was your reaction when you got the call that you were voicing Sailor Mars?
It's very complicated because I auditioned and I got called back for Sailor Moon, and then I didn't hear anything for months, so I thought, oh, I didn't get it. And then I got like a cryptic message on Facebook from Shar, who was the brand manager, saying, I hope you like red. I'm like, what does that mean? What does that mean? And then I got an email even later than that saying, hey, are you going to be available for Anime Expo just in case you got cast in the show you auditioned for? I'm like, yes. And then like 2 months after that, they finally told me who I was cast as. And it was unbelievable. You know, I don't think I really let myself, I still think I have a hard time, not a hard time accepting it, but it's just such a crazy, impossible dream that came to life. You know, like I almost didn't want to think about it for a long time because I didn't want it to make me nervous or anything like that. But when we did our final bows at Anime Expo this past summer, I really let it all sunk in. Like we did this, we did all 5 seasons, all the movies, all the specials. The cast never changed, not one person. It gave me a lot of confidence as, you know, as an actor, and again, like as a person too, because, you know, I grew up with nothing. You know, my family has always been really supportive, but we, you know, we didn't come from money or anything. You know, people in my neighborhood didn't become actors. So I came from almost nothing. And I was able to make somehow that dream come true, you know? And so I just feel like, you know, anything is possible. You know, if you just have to work so hard for it, but really, like, it's not reserved for a certain type of person. And I was also really shy, so this is like even more improbable. So I feel very honored, and it gave me a lot of like renewed hope, you know? And yeah, I'm very happy and proud. Thank you. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait. The next Sailor Moon Crystals are going to be movies instead of a series, so looking forward to seeing those. Hello.
Hello, I'm Dylan. I was wondering, how did you become voice actress?
How did I become voice actress? So going back to Sailor Moon, that's what made me want to be a voice actor. And so there was like this online thing I found. It was called Negavision. This was back in like the late 90s, early 2000s, and they were dubbing like Sailor Moon episodes. I thought that was so cool. And so I found, you know, I put myself a microphone and I started practicing by doing online fan dubs. And years passed, you know, and when I was 16, I went to Anime Expo, like we talked about before. I tried my hardest. I entered like this competition that I lost. I did not even place. But then the next year, I went to a panel for voice acting, and this company called Big Zoom was there. And they heard me voice act, and they invited me to audition for their studio for Samurai Champloo that was coming up. This is how old it is, guys. So let me read for Fu, who was the main character on that. And they told me after the audition, like, hey, you know, we think you really have something. We'd love to keep working with you. So they really helped me build my skill set and build my confidence. And Tony Oliver has been like a dad. He directs a lot of anime shows. And yeah, and he directed Hunter x Hunter, so many. So I owe a lot to them for that. And you know, it took many years to do it like full time, to make a living off of it, and then even longer to be able to, you know, really live off of it. Yeah, and the journey is different for everybody. Again, like I started from like ground zero. Like I had like nothing, no credits, no training. And I built my way up, and a few years ago I got my dream agent, which is, they're the biggest voiceover agency in the country. And I'm signed with them, and I've been signed with them for years now, and it's really incredible.
CSC?
No, Atlas.
Oh,
yeah. Thank you.
was actually a Monica Magica question.
Yeah, sure.
Knowing that you're the voice of Homura Kemi,
Yes.
and this is a very controversial question because there's lots of mixed opinions on this. How did you feel about doing the movie?
Doing the movie?
Yeah.
Man. Oh my gosh, I was really excited to do the movie after I saw it subbed. Because it's like, I didn't think this character could grow anymore, but now she's like the devil, like incarnate. You know, I was really hoping that there'd be something else because, like, I don't think it should end the way it did. Not only because it's not a happy ending, but I feel like their stories aren't over yet, you know? So I'm really hoping that there's going to be a continuation of that story. I know that there's a new series coming out, apparently. Oh, really? Oh my gosh, I can't wait. I hope that they call us back to do it because I would love to voice Homer again. Oh, it sounds like I'm saying Homer. Homura. There we go. Thank you.
Okay, any more questions back here? Any more questions? Any more questions this side? Hands up, hands up, hands up. Hands up. Okay, I guess I'm coming all the way up to you guys. All right. I'm going to go with you, sir.
Hello.
Hello. So my next question is, if you could design, if you had, I guess, total creative control over your own anime.
Yes.
And you were obviously getting the lead role. Describe for us what it would be like, plot-wise and story-wise and stuff like that there.
My own anime? That's really tough. I can't just create a show from thin air. But I was a really weird kid. And I wanted to like make a manga, you know, like this was when I was 12, and I had like this story about like a girl who was in love with her cat. Really weird. I don't know but he was like actually a human. I don't know, man. Don't let me make an anime because there will be some weird stuff.
I love weird.
Oh, please.
Don't tell anybody.
There's way weirder anime than that out there. Let's all be fair about that. Come on.
That's true. There's a cute cat though, guys. He had a deep masculine voice. Anyways, let's move on.
All right. Moving on. Next question.
Hello.
Hello, we talk again. Okay, Hunter x Hunter is one of my favorite animes ever, and you just happen to voice my favorite character, Killua.
Thank you.
What was it like playing Killua, and if you were a NEN user, what type did you be?
If I was
A NEN user. Like
a NEN user?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. What kind of NEN? Are there people who expand or? I like the lightning power. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. And what was it like voicing Killua, that show?
Killua was constantly challenging. I feel like up until the very end, we were still like not playing with his voice, like we had the voice set, but from the beginning to like, I think until we get to the tower arc, like his voice changed a lot. And it was not even a conscious thing, it just kind of happened gradually. And I think it's the same with the Japanese too, like the Japanese actress was a lot higher pitched in the beginning. And then I think we both kind of gradually found the character and it really solidified in the tower arc. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. It was really cool. I'm really glad I got to play him. Thank you.
Next question.
Hi.
So I'm really excited about like part 2 of Heaven's Feel coming out
Yes.
on like Blu-ray like, in the next couple months. And I want to ask which parts with like Sakura Mato are you going to be like really excited to see? Like, do you have like your favorite moments in like
Favorite
part 2?
moments? Best parts? Guys. It's so dark. I mean, I think there's a scene where she's happy. No, she ends up killing somebody. No, like that poor character, I feel so bad for her. She's just had such a rough life. First there were the worms. Now and then, you know, it's really messed up in the best possible way. I hope you enjoy it.
Well, that really messed up in the best possible way. All right.
There is no best part.
Best possible way.
All right.
Hi.
Hey there. All right. Can you talk about your experience voicing in Steven Universe?
Oh, yes, I can. So that was the first like big cartoon I booked. And I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I actually booked this role. And you know, my character J10 was super sweet and cute. So I'm really nervous because this is my first time going to a Cartoon Network to record. And I'm waiting in the room and they're running late. So it's like, oh. But Rebecca Sugar walks out of the room. And I didn't realize she was going to be there. And she's like super sweet and cool. And the first thing she says to me, like, hey Christina, I love Kill la Kill. Like, yes, I belong here. You know? Oh, cool. Yeah, she's great. It was really cool working on the show. And more than that, it was like, oh, I can do this, you know? Now I'm Victor and Valentino as a series regular, and it's really cool. Cool. Thank you.
All right, now I just want to point out we do only have a couple more minutes left for the Q&A. Is there anybody out there that has not asked a question yet that would like to ask a question? Because I know we're getting a lot of folks that have asked 2 or 3 questions. I want to make sure everyone has time, at least one. You, sir.
Hello.
My name is Wayne. And
Hi, Wayne.
I'd like to, what is your advice for maybe kids or someone aspiring to get into acting, voice acting?
Yeah.
And are there any roles that you didn't get and that you're bummed out?
Ooh. Oh, that's a deep question. Okay, so the first answer to that. So if you want to be a voice actor, you got to start wherever you can. You know, there's not one path. Like I said, I didn't grow up in an area where people became actors, you know, because there are some people are just like born into like that money, and that, of course they can become actors. But you have to find your own path, whatever is working for you, where you live, whether it be online, if there's theater, you know, maybe even flying out to do auditions and workshops. Or if you're, or you can become an animator and put yourself in your own shows. Yeah, but it's really just about like, you can't give up really. You have to really want it. And from there, you know, if the path will show its way to you. But you have to like start as soon as you can, you know? Oh, I want to be a voiceactor.com? I haven't actually read through that, I should do that. And the second part, it was actually a character I was already. And I don't know if you guys know this, but I was originally Edelgard in Fire Emblem 3 Houses. And so we did that, and you know, I did my best work, and the clients loved it, the director loved it, and so we were like maybe a third or halfway through the game when I got a call, like somebody higher up decided that they didn't like it. They didn't like the way I did it, and you know, the studio fought for me, and they were like, you know, we're so sorry, there's nothing we can do about it. Like this higher up person wants to redo the character, and at that point it's like, you know, sometimes you do your best and you don't do anything wrong, and you still lose a part, you know? And it really is just being able to take things in stride and being able to accept like what actually, and trust. Like if that role was meant for me, then I would be here. But it was meant for Tara, who does an amazing job with the character, and it's very different than what I did. You know, that was her role, even though it took a while to get to her. It's just about being grateful for what you have and realizing, you know, the best you can do is give it your all, you know? Yeah, sometimes clients want to go in a different direction, and that's okay. That's part of the business. And, you know, it was a because I'd been recast before, but never like, you know, like not when I was like halfway through the game. Yeah, just like all the compassion I got from even the studio, they're so sweet, you know, they just wanted to make sure I was okay. I was like, yeah, it's fine, like I completely get it, I've done it before. I mean, you know, yeah, just all you can do is your best and surround yourself with people who will support you through the ups and downs. Yeah, they're great. Yeah, I love Patrick. I love cup of tea.
All right, who else has not yet asked a question? All right, we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, and then that's gonna be it for time. So
That's gonna be it. And
Yep.
guess what I'm doing? Passing out.
Loopy?
I'm still loopy. Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
So for Isekai Quartet, actors are always so
Yes.
busy, especially LA actors. Was it difficult tossing a simuldub into your scheduling, or was it just like business as usual, more stuff to do?
You know, the simuldub was not very taxing at all. I think because there's so many characters in that show and they're like, what, 10 minutes long? So I only came in for, I think my longest session was like 45 minutes. But yeah, Funimation is great with scheduling. They always schedule ahead of time. They're very flexible. And it was cool. I would do that again. I would love to work on more Funimation shows. Thank you.
Hi. Hi, my name is Jacob. You're in Intelligent at War. What's your favorite part about your character in Intelligent at War?
So in Cells at Work, I play Staphylococcus, which is a staph infection. You know, I just love being evil bad guys who do that, you know, that evil laugh. It was really cool, and I'm glad they called me on to be the staph infection. Definitely a dream role I didn't know I wanted. Yeah, I think it's a really cute show. I definitely have to finish watching that. Wow, yeah. That's so cool. You know, like Eddie and Christian, yeah, they're great people.
All right, I pointed out 3 people. What was the third? Or did I? Wait. 1, 2, 3. How did 3 turn into 4 there?
You do it all.
Oh, so I didn't point it. You weren't one of the 3, you just jumped in. Ah, I see. You got me, buddy. Okay. All right.
Hi.
I don't know if the answer is earlier, so I apologize.
That's okay.
Who was your favorite Toho character?
Co-worker?
Like Toho?
Oh, Toho character.
Yes. Like your favorite?
My favorite? I think it's Reimu. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. See, that was a short one. We can do 4.
Yep. All right. This is going to be the final question for Cristina Vee.
Final question. No pressure.
You ready for this? You ready? Are you ready? All right. We're all here. We're all waiting to hear what you say. No pressure. No pressure at all.
Hello.
Hi, Christina.
Hi.
My name is Greg. I was at your Q&A yesterday.
Yes. Hi.
I know you primarily as Homura. Now, there's a lot of debate going on about Homura and her actions during the series and Rebellion.
Yes.
Some people say she did nothing wrong. Others say she did everything wrong. Do you have an opinion on that one way or the other?
I do. And I feel like Homura has been through something very unique in the history of humankind. And that is going back in time for, 13 years and watching her best friend die over and over and over again. I think she did the best she can with what fate handed her. You know what I mean? Like, I don't feel like she was trying to be sinister. I think she was just trying to get through it. It broke my heart because I was so happy, like, when Monica was reaching out and they were going to go to heaven together, and I was like, oh my God, and then she's like, no, not doing that. There's definitely some frustration, but that poor girl. In the end, it's all Kyubei's fault, let's be honest. It's the incubator's fault. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, Kyubei did nothing wrong.
Kyubei did nothing wrong? Oh my goodness, okay. That could be a whole other panel.
That's another panel for another time. And with that being said, that is it for the Q&A panel for Cristina Vee. Everybody put your hands together.
I had a great time here. Thank you guys for having me. And it was great being trapped in a hotel with you guys for 48 hours with nothing in walking distance for miles and miles. Yeah. How was that?
Happy thoughts. All right, thanks for coming, guys. Bye-bye.